Hello and welcome to the post-market update from Nirmal. I'm Hiral Dadia. Clearly, if you go to see Indian equity markets, it has been a pretty range-bound session. There was that little bit of negative bias that did continue as well in today's day of trade, and there were concerns with regards to where the India-China concerns on the border go. Now, clearly, pretty mixed views have been coming from the global markets as well, so that's something which has been impacting our markets. If you see the Sensex, it traded in a tight range of almost around 600 points in today's session. We ended with cuts of almost around 0.3%. And similarly, if you see in terms of Nifty 50 as well, we ended down by almost 0.3% once again. And we were below that 9,900 mark on that front. Overall, if you go to see the last 10 to 12 days in terms of the markets have been really volatile. We have been seeing a seesaw ride between gains as well as losses. In terms of sectors, throughout the day, majority of the sectors actually saw a pretty flattish session. Nifty Media, that sector saw an interesting move. I think this is the third consecutive session where the Nifty Media Index has been up in trade. Real estate also was another sector which was seeing smart gains in today's session. Metals was under pressure. PSU banks were under pressure. BankX, FMCG, these were major of the laggards. Overall, if you see in terms of the market breadth as well, that remained pretty much in favor of the advances. So that was something that we had been watching out for as well. Overall, if you see in terms of broader markets, pretty much in line with what the benchmark indices were doing in trade. So if you see the mid cap and the small cap index, we saw gains in the range of almost, say, 0.3% to almost around 0.5%. So no major differences that were coming in terms of markets, but the volatility has remained high over the last couple of trading sessions. Let's quickly understand the gainers and losers as well in today's day of trade. So Maruti Suzuki was the top gainer today, followed by Bharti Airtel, Wipro, Axis Bank, as well as an IndusInd Bank, and this is on Nifty 50. Overall, if you see on the losing end as well, again, some interesting moves did come in on that front. If you see in terms of the top losers, you had stocks like Bharti Infratel, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Shree Cement, ITC, and a Power Grid Corporation. These were the top losers on Nifty 50. Talking about gainers, again, in terms of where BSE 500 goes on the broader markets, GIC Housing Finance, Navneet Education reacted to numbers, Orient Cement, Brigade Enterprises, as well as ITI. These were the top gainers coming in on BSE 500, whereas on the losing end, you had Schneider Electric, Suzlon Energy, Lemon Tree Hotel, HDFC Asset Management, as well as an India Bulls Integrated. Let's understand which were a few of the movers and shakers in trade. LT Foods was an interesting one. They've launched copper rice under Dawat brand, on the back of which smart gains did come in on a LT Foods. Hexaware Technologies inched higher on the bourses. IndusInd Bank jumped on the bourses. Bajaj Finance has offered coverage against everyday risks with pocket insurance and subscription, so that was a good one to watch out for. Wonderla Holidays launched Wonder Kitchen Outlet at Kengeri, and that stock was seeing some gain. HDFC was also up in trade, but in the end, it was a loser as well. NMDC was trading higher in the first half of the trading session. Apart from these names, there were some other counters as well, which did see some smart moves in today's session, because overall, HDFC Bank, HDFC, Kotak Mahindra Bank, ITC, and L&T, these were the top contributors with regards to where today's fall was concerned. But apart from this, if you see in terms of where other counters go, Bharti Airtel has acquired a strategic stake in the EdTech startup that is Lattu Media. And so that was a stock that we have been focusing on in today's day of trade. Apart from that, metal index has fallen in 6 out of the last 8 sessions. So there is some movement happening on that front. Cholamandalam Investment Finance as well was the top gainer on the Nifty mid-cap index. In fact, good volumes coming in on that stock as well. HDFC AMC's OFS was happening today. So that was a stock to focus on. Take Solutions. There was a block deal with regards to Take Solutions, and that's one of the reasons why we did see some bit of an up move. Natco Pharma reacted to numbers in today's session. DLF, Oberoi, a few of the counters that were top gainers on the realty index as well. So these are a few of the movers and shakers that we've highlighted, but it has been a lackluster day of trade, a range-bound trading session, no major moves. The volatility has remained high over the last 10 to 12 trading sessions. Let's see where we go from here on, because anyways, we've not still again broken that 10,000 psychological mark. We have been under that 9,900 mark in terms of Nifty 50. The number of cases in terms of COVID-19 have been increasing. With that, if you go to see, there is a second wave that has come in with regards to where Beijing goes. So that has been a concern. Apart from that, if you go to see the tension on the border between India, China is something that we have been watching out for. So a lot of macro factors as well, a lot of geopolitical tension is something that could be impacting our market. So it's going to be uncertain as to where we move from here on. That's all that we have in the post-market update from Nirmal Bank. Thanks for watching.